Welcome back to Edgewater Saskatchewan for episode 34 with me, MrSealyp. I'm starting off where I left off on the last episode because I'm going to clear the stones off of the new field that we bought after we harvested. Do I need to pick the rocks? Probably not, because as I said, my plan moving forward, I'm not going through into a new year. I'm going to get onto my cotton harvest. But I do want to prep these fields for if someone else was to take over. So clearing the rocks just seems like the decent thing to do. Plus, I couldn't. I know it sounds ridiculous. I couldn't leave them in the field. I wanted to clear them. They'll go into my. I've got a load stored, and they can then go into lime production if I need to produce any more lime at any point, or if I needed to. But I'm going to clear them anyway, so I'm not going to put you through having to. I've done plenty of rock picking and stuff like that in the past, so I'm going to get the rock picking done, and then I'll see you. What am I going to be doing next? I think it's something. We are moving towards cotton harvest anyway. That was what I was going to do. Sell some eggs. The eggs are piling up into my storage, and the chickens are producing so many eggs that I'm filling up that storage so quickly. So every month I'm having to get rid of them. I say get rid of them, sell them, which is a very nice profit. I have to say we're doing very well out of it. So all that initial setup was well worth every bit we put into it. But between now and we get into cotton harvest, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be going through the motions of selling off my milk, selling off the eggs, all the various different things until we get to cotton harvest, because I just need to clear the decks really. Just half a month away from getting onto our cotton harvest, which is going to be coming next. But time to test out our bottle milk factory that we put in, and we brought some milk down. I have topped this up again, as you've already seen as well. We sold a load of eggs. I've got a whole load more to take to sell. That will be a process that will continue on for whoever takes on the farm after me. But we put in the bottle milk sell point right out by the road, so people driving past can sit and then come get their bottle milk. Now it all looks rather good. Now, the reason I've put a single layer down the whole way across is because I tried to stack them and they sink down into each other. I suppose technically they're not bottles, they're cartons, aren't they? But that doesn't matter. It has been dealt with, let's just put it that way. So, I thought it was running, but it's not. $13,000 litres of milk. God, this feels like it's got a bit of weight to it. And they were selling for about 4,300. So we're about to find out. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. That's the first load through. 55,000 with a 4,219 environmental score reward. Excellent stuff. Now we come to the next part. So I've got more eggs to sell if I wanted to. I've got all that fertilizer. You know, we're at that point where I can do what I want. Now it has been suggested, because I did mention about what I was going to do with the cotton, about buying cotton harvesters, and a few people message say why bother, just lease them. Well, it's no different to buying harvesters or anything else, you know, just regular harvesters. But I suppose because cotton is viewed as one of those crops that you might not do repeatedly, whereas a regular harvester can do all the different crop types. Stick a corn header on it, it will do your corn, so it's a more useful piece of machinery. But my plan, my view was moving forward for the farm to look at doing more cotton across a bigger range, plus having, you know, I've got the 3 class harvesters as well now, and continue to do crops for the chickens, because we've got 20,000 chickens. I still can't get my head around that. I've never done 20,000 chickens, ever. I think we got up to 5,000 on the Western Wilds, didn't we? And I thought that was nuts. 20,000 chickens. Anyway, so we're going to need to keep all those productions going, moving forward. That's the theory. So, I'm not going to buy the expensive ones. What we're going to do is here somewhere, every single time. What's going on? There we go. So, we want this and cotton technology. So, we are got a choice of 485 grand or 847. Now we could, as I've said before, we could do the Colossus harvesters. And realistically, rather than get, I mean, to be fair, we don't. It doesn't have to be. See, that's 8 miles an hour. That's 40 miles an hour. If you want to go unrealistic, but I could get the standard one that runs 8 miles an hour. What does the modified do? High horsepower. Not sure. Oh, so is that on the road speed, then harvesting speed? So we can run at 22 miles an hour. I'm just looking on the left hand side. So we got our speedo 22 miles an hour, and then harvesting speed is 8. But we could go 42 miles an hour. We're still 8 miles an hour on the field. That's probably not a bad idea, is it? Do I want triples? Super singles? You know what? I'm going to go for triples. Additional lights, beacon, Christmas, new, Halloween, new, Valentine, wow, okay. Fire MS. I'm sort these out. We're gonna get our harvesters. I always said, right from the word go, when we were building up, getting all the resources, getting everything together, doing all the things we were doing all the straw and the flax harvesting and all that stuff, millions of litres of straw to run all the various different plants, that we would probably end up spending a ton of money. We would end up spending a big chunk of it because that was always the plan moving forward. I always intended to do cotton. I always intended to buy 2 harvesters originally. I was going to get 2 John Deere ones. But I've ended up buying 3. We're down to 89,000. I arrived here with 300,000. If I left now, I'm out of pocket. Kind of. I mean, to be fair, we've got the entire farm. Which is for sale, by the way. But we've got the cotton harvest to do. That won't be now till September. But what I can start doing, though, is... So yeah, these will run at 42 miles an hour, but harvest 8. So we can get from farm to field nice and quickly. Round beacons, flashing strobes, the works. Lighting, impressive. Triples on the front, twins on the rear. I like these. I like them a lot. So like I say, I haven't gone nuts. They still do 10,000 litre bales. So these will do round bales like the John Deeres do. Should probably put those on. I'll get all 3 of them up to the farm. And then I will see you when the cotton's ready to harvest, and we'll get it done. Actually, isn't it weird? You get into a harvester and you suddenly, it feels too fast. 42 miles an hour, like, no, you should not be going this fast. It's scary. So, yeah, see you for cotton. Well, I goofed. There's a big surprise. As you can see, the money has gone up considerably. There's a good reason for that. We were on, what, 80 odd thousand after we'd bought our new cotton harvesters. And I said I would see you in October. We were in August. I had to skip through September and I would see you in October. That was not the case. I was confusing my sugar beet harvest on Carpathian to cotton harvesting here on Edgewater. Cotton harvesting doesn't begin until November. So I had to go from August through September, through October, into November. So 2 full months, well 2 and a bit months, because we were on August 1 or August 2? August 1 I think. 2.5 months of eggs, bottled milk, all the various different things I've been selling as I've been going along. Now I don't know if I will have included all the clips in. I did some clips, I did some thumbnails just to prove that I've been doing it. I'd like to think that people believe me and I haven't just been putting money in willy-nilly, but anyway, our poplars that we planted a long time ago are ready to harvest. I'm not sure I'm going to because I've got nothing to do with the wood chips at the moment. I don't know what I'll do with them. I guess I could if I get myself a production that requires them. I suppose I could do wood pellets again, but I've done them before. Anyway, so this is the sum total of eggs we've got at the moment. All the rest have been sold. So our egg storage and our egg buildings, oh yeah, are empty. We come down here to, actually, is Brendan's or selling everything? Egg prices have rocketed as we were heading towards winter. They were under 2,000, I think they're over 2,500 now. So let's sell them for gold. That's insane. So what I'm going to do is, I thought I turned them off, but not. So what I'm going to do now is whiz over to the bottled milk factory. I had a full trailer load, and I think the last 2 months, no, last month, I haven't sold any. I completely forgot about it. So I'm thinking now, if this will take bottled milk, it might be quicker to do that. So we're going to make a bit of money from the bottled milk. We're going back over $1 million again. There was me worrying, having bought 3 cotton harvesters, thinking, oh, should I have done that? We're at that point where I'm not selling fertiliser and stuff anymore. I've still got the ton there and I could sell loads of it. We could clear 10 million easily with everything we've got. But what we're selling now, oh, I haven't even checked on my fabric either. There's going to be an absolute load of fabric as well. So yeah, our honey, our wool from the greenhouses, no, from the sheep, our cotton from the greenhouses, in a minute. Our eggs, our fabric, we're making money. Well, I mean, the eggs, again, as I've said before, you have enough of something, producing enough of anything, you can make a load of money. 20,000 chickens, they're laying enough eggs, and the egg prices are pretty good, that we're making a load of money. The bottled milk factory was a good shout compared to, because I would have had to have sorted out sugar and stuff for the flavoured one, which was the mistake I made. I took a bit of a hit, I think 35 grand, because it cost me 70 grand. I sold the building for 35, but we have more than made that back. So as you'll see here, we've got a full load. Now I could stack them all on top of each other, but like I said, they kind of fall into each other. This is full, but I've got a funny feeling we've got a load more. Now I don't know if these are going to load into here. They are. Okay. Take a little while. What I'll do, right? Oh no, didn't want to do that. Well, while that's doing that bit of loading, I'll take these that I've already got loaded. We'll sell that and then we'll come back and I'll sell that whole load there. As far as feeding the animals go, I think we're good. They should be. What I've been doing, rather than feeding them every day, so every half month, I've been feeding them once a month. It takes a little bit of time, but it's working out absolutely fine. So we're in between months at the moment, but our cotton is ready to harvest, so we can get our cotton harvest done. Winner, chicken dinner, and we're getting about that much every day. So every half month we're getting a full trailer load. So yeah, every month about 140 grand from bottled milk. And the 100,000 litres I had bought over and filled out with, I think we've still got, we might be down a little bit now actually, I was going to say 50,000 litres, but we might not have 50,000 left now. I'll double check that. 45, so yeah, it's all going rather well. So I'm going to clear this, sell all this, and then I will see you up at the farm ready for getting this cotton done. It seems like, well, it was a while ago, it seems like an age ago that we cleared the fields, we sorted out all the washouts, the ditches, we then limed it all, cultivated it. The fields that I had finished doing, again you might have seen, you've probably have seen the clips, I took all the stones off of, I think I did already say that, I might have already said that on another bit I've done. This has been a couple of days in the making because of the time it's taken in between. Yeah, so the cotton is ready, good to go. So my decision now, because this was, I intended this or the next one to be the last episodes. Doing the cotton harvest was the final thing I was going to do, but now the poplar's done, and I haven't done poplar for a while, and I don't want it to be like when I did Griffin and I planted those olive trees and then never did anything with them. So it's that kind of, it seems daft again, all the time I took, the time it took to plant them, and it's taken what, an entire year, was it 2 years, for them to grow, so then not do anything with them seems a bit churlish, so I think I might do. Milk is all sold, the money went up and the money came down again because I've decided I'm going to get a fourth harvester. Why not? Cotton's ready to go. I can start this one off. We'll go into the yard. I put all the other ones inside in the barn in the end because it just seemed to make sense really, considering I had to wait 3 months before I could come and actually do my harvest. Oh, now, what I do need to make sure I do is turn on automatic drop. Yes, please. Turn that off. That off. Let's get it going. We've started on my frankly crazy cotton harvest. I've never run 4 cotton harvesters. I'm trying to think, 2? Might be 2, possibly. I'm trying to think if I've ever run 3. I don't think so. So the other ones are all stored in here. I tell you what, and I've said this before, everything I've done on here, the one thing I'm happiest with and proudest of is my pig enclosure. I keep coming to feed the pigs with all the trees and the shade and stuff. I come in, some of them are wandering around, some of them are just laying down in the shade under the trees. The fact it goes down to the water, I come down sometimes and there's pigs down here in the water as well. Every time I come in to feed them, I just smile. And it's weird because it's nothing major, it's nothing massive, it's not a production chain. They're at their maximum and I should have sold one lot by now, but I just didn't want them. Yeah, it's just worked really well. So let's get the other 3 out. It's going to be incredibly underwhelming if I end up with far, far less bales than I thought I was going to. And if I do, fair enough. I don't actually have an idea of what I'm going to be getting off this. All I know is, like I said, if I then decided I was going to stay on the farm and go through to next year, what I would probably do, like I said, other than maybe one field I would do, or actually to be fair with the money I've got, I'll probably buy some more fields. I have a couple of big fields with wheat, barley or sorghum in, or a mixture. Then all of these ones around the farm, we go back to our map. So those 2, all of this across here and all of that, do that maybe all cotton, and then buy a couple of other fields to do wheat and barley in, some bigger ones. And then kind of push the cotton thing a bit. But month. I do or don't really. What we'll do is unfold that, get the running up here, then I'll get the fourth one when I've got the third one running, and I'll go around and do the edges. We're all good to go. Automatic drop. Start it off. Let's go to the next one. I'm in number 4, all 4 running. We've already had a malfunction. What I'm going to do as well, at some point, I'm going to set them running that direction, away from me, across the fields, heading east-west. It's a longer run that way. There's bits and bobs they can get caught up on, so I'll have to make sure, if I can be kind of Johnny on the spot, I'll be the cotton equivalent of Upham, I think. Because one of them unloaded, but didn't unload. Did its automatic unload, and when the ramp came back up again, it picked the bale up and caught it on the back. So I've got one that's, well, it was running with the bale stuck on the back of it. So I'm not sure how that's going to pan out now. Hopefully when the next one goes to unload, it will just push that directly off. I don't know. I'm sure, I know these aren't running at, 42 miles an hour, that kind of thing, being part of the Colossus pack, but it says 8 miles an hour. We seem to be running between 8 and 9, which is fast. I'm sure the standard ones only run at 6, so we are running a little bit faster. I mean, a third again faster, but we've got a fair bit to clear. And again, I always say that, you always look at cotton fields and you think that's a massive field, we'll get loads and loads, and you end up getting far, far less than you ever thought you would. So there is a risk that we're not going to get much. Say much. It's a scale, isn't it? He's going to hit that bale. Hang on. There we go, sorted. It looks like when he made the turn, he's dropped the bale off. I think the bale's fallen off the back by the road. So we should be right. This whole section's nearly already done. I like running multiple harvesters. So what I think I might do now is when that one finishes, because that's got a little bit of a strip to do, the other one's nearly done, I'm going to set one going off in the other direction, and I'll start them running on a section where they'll be relatively unencumbered for a while, and I'll just crack on getting the edges done. Around all the little islands in the middle. I have purchased, another reason why the money had gone down a little bit, I've bought myself a step deck trailer. I've got that pull along one, but I bought a step deck for the lorry. I've also taken the Case Magnum down that's got the front loader, basically wheel loader. I've been looking in the cotton harvesting, no, it must have been FS19, I've been looking for the cotton bale spike and I can't find it anywhere. I've looked in cotton technology, I've looked in the wheel loader stuff, so what I've done is just got a CSZ pack long bale spike and hopefully that will do the job. I don't know if it will, but we'll have to see. Right, stop there. Let's sort out these workers and get them running the other way. I'll see in a little while. We've got a bit more going. There we go. Another bale. Please don't get hung up. Excellent stuff. Yeah, so I'll bring the lorry up. I haven't got an auto load cotton bale trailer. I haven't got a standard cotton bale trailer. I think the biggest one does 3 bales. There's a modded one that does 9. Is it 7 or 9? And it's one where you can. Is it a B train where you can add 2 together? So you can do a whole ton in that one. But I decided to do manual loading. That's why I've got the step deck. So I'll load all the round bales on manually. And we'll take them off. I'm not taking these to the spinnery. These will be sold. The spinnery has got so much stuff it's not going to run out for a long time. So yeah, all good. See you in a little while. It's 10:33. I'm on to the second field. I mean, technically it's all one field, but obviously there's a boundary between the two. I have completely lost track of how many bales have been done by each harvester. I know I can open up the help menu at the top and it will tell me on the bale counter for each one, which I'll do at the end when we finish harvesting. I've just got a message come up saying one of the harvesters has completed its task. I'm at a point now where I've been trying to get around and do the edges. Let's turn it off. But I've got a few of these little drawers and pond areas which need to be sorted out because I think the harvesters are getting hung up on some of those now. Which one's stopped? That one over there? I just started that one off. That's annoying if it has. Yeah, we're getting through it. I have to say, running 4 harvesters. Whoops! If you're gonna do a cotton harvest, use the Colossus pack. Run 4. It seems to be going incredibly quickly, way faster than I thought it would. It's been nice to get these harvesters run on these long strips, as I said, running across the field, east-west. North-south on the first bit was fine, and I've got a lot of these sections, as you can see, where they've been going along these sections, where they can just go up and down and crack on. Might be stuck. I think we're stopped now. Oh, over the other side. So they're coming together. Oh, he's turning round. So it must be the one over there. Because he's still going. He's just about to turn around. He's just turned around. And they're both going to meet in the middle where all of these drawers are. So I'm going to have to get onto that. And then it's out with the trailer and we'll get everything bailed up. Bailed up? Not even bailed up, loaded up. Probably need that one. There we go. Let's see what other halves has gone. Oh, I bet it's stocked up in the trees. So yeah, just an update as to where we're at, how we're going. I didn't end up just sticking to one harvester. It's been a situation of, like I said, bouncing between them. So every time one, like that one where it's got stuck or it's stopped for some reason, I'll set the next one off, then I'll go and help that one out and kind of just move in between them. I've been putting a couple of strips in, so as I go around here I've done one width of the header, I'll then go around and do a second width of the header, and that just gives enough turning room for the harvesters. I've lost the harvester. Oh, it's stuck in the trees over there. Oh, okay. Just gone headlong into the trees. Right, what we'll do then, get that one in there. I'll go and recover this one and get that sorted out. 10:36. Okay. It's 11:28. I'm done. I'm a bit puzzled. I thought because it was custom, I'm sure the cotton balers usually when they're over half full or 3/4 full, you can unload a partial bale. It's not allowing me. My last one has got over 7,500 litres in it and it won't let me unload it. But if I was going to roll it forward to another cotton harvest, by the bale counters I think I've got 28 bales. We should have 28 bales, which isn't too bad at 10,000 litres each. So step deck trailer, we'll take all our straps off. Should have opened the cab really, shouldn't I? Thinking about it. Actually, let's do that, it'll be easier, wouldn't it? There we go. Put that down. So now my test. Why is that not? Oh, I don't think that likes the weight on the back of there. Whether or not this bale spike is going to pick up the cotton bales, because if it doesn't, we could be in trouble here. So that should go down with that. Oh yeah, we're right. We're all good. And with the weight on the back of this, we should be absolutely golden. Now, I think it's going to be pretty much the width of the trailer. So it'll be a case of stacking up as many as I can. These are going to go... Actually, I don't know where these are going to go to. I haven't decided yet. There's a few places. Like I say, I'm not taking them to the spinnery. The spinnery's got enough. These will just be sold. These don't roll. Is there a strap on the middle there? There's not one either side of that. This actually worked out perfectly. Yeah, let's actually double check the prices on that. So, if we go to... Where are we? Cotton. So, this is the other thing that's baffled me. I haven't done cotton for quite a while. I always remember cotton being worth a fortune. Sort of like 2,000–3,000. Just try to look at the price fluctuations. Even at its highest, it's only 1,500. I always remember cotton paying out way more. Being like a mega money crop, you know? But at the end of the day, we'll gather up what we've got. I'll head over, grab the next bale, bring the lorry over, and I'll just start loading them up manually. As I could have done, there's a few auto-load ones knocking around. So I'll do cotton bales, I've just got to make sure I don't miss any as we go around the field. I'm so glad I got this done. And it didn't, like I said, it didn't take anywhere near as long as it could have done, or would have done, had I just gone with one or two standard ones. But also it makes you think, had I have gone with the Colossus pack, the crazy one that does like 46 miles an hour, we could probably have it done with one harvester in probably less time, if not a similar time with one, but I didn't want to do that. So let's get them loaded, let's get them sold. I think I will go ahead and do the poplars. Even if I just harvest them, like I say, because I put them in the ground, I'm going to harvest them, even if I just store all the wood chips and don't do anything with them. Even if I just leave them whoever takes on the farm next. And Oh, let's fold that back up again. Yeah, we have to just store them and they just get put away for, you know, I suppose the argument could be made, I've always said this, the argument could be made, why are you bothering? If you're going to be leaving the map and going elsewhere, well, you know, each farm that you work on, you reach a point where you're going to move on anyway. If the argument is, what's the point if you're going to move on anyway, then why bother starting any map? Just, you know, if you're going to move on at some point anyway, why bother starting? Because it's doing the processes. I enjoy doing it all. And using all the different equipment and stuff like that. We'll see how many we can stack up. I don't want to overstack this because then we don't want it tipping over on our way to selling. I didn't even look at the best price in the end. I just looked and thought, I started talking about the prices not being as good as I remember them being, and didn't look at where the best price was. I think it's Brenda's. I mean, to be fair, it should be Larry's, shouldn't it? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Considering it's Larry's bales, and he's not even in the picture. Let's go down to, yeah, Larry's bale shipping. You know, he doesn't do cotton. 1390. That's putting it on the train. Sell everything 1394. Oh, so Brenda's wasn't even on there. So, but that is down at Brenda's, so we can always sell it there. We can take it up to the farmers market, but that's the best price. Although it is dropping, so I probably need to. There's a bit of weight on that. Probably need to crack on. Weirdly, you know, when I sorted out all the stuff to do with my eggs for the chickens, and I had that problem where the pallets wouldn't spawn, and it turned out I had that pallet mod, the liftable bales mod, wasn't it? Not liftable bales, liftable pallets. And the one that was causing me the problem with the seed was that one by DD Mod Passion, and I uninstalled both of them, or deselected them so it wouldn't cause a problem again. I have gone through how many months now of selling eggs and selling thousands and thousands of litres of them. Sold the last lot this morning and I had a message come up saying no more space for egg pallets. But then there's none. I thought, why would that suddenly start playing up again all of a sudden? It didn't make any sense. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but yeah, it came up with that message. I haven't had that problem in about 4 or 5 months. Actually, the strap widths on this will probably work if I put another one up there in the crook of those two straps, and the same with there, we'll get enough straps over each one. Excellent. More bales to load. Let's go. First 11 loaded. They're nice and neat. I'm happy with how that's worked out. Looks alright. I could stick another row on top. I could do. I mean, to be fair, what do I need? I've got 28. To do it in 2 runs, I'd need 14 on each one. Quick maths there, just like that. I'll just put another 3 bales on top. And I could do it in 2 runs. Oh, I might as well just do it in 3. I don't want to overload it. Oh, look, there we go. Look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're all going to need a bit of a clean as well, I think. And then we'll put them away into storage for next season. I always find that fascinating, watching all the people I watch. I've mentioned before, Cold and Cornstar, Millennial Farmer, all those guys, how farms work, there's a whole load of that. These bits of equipment that cost, you know, hundreds of thousands. And people like Mike Mitchell up in Saskatchewan, and they've got like 9-10 harvesters or whatever it is they run, you know. So multi-million dollars worth of equipment. And during that harvest period, it's the most important vehicle. Keep it running, keep it going. Harvest is done, they get looked over, serviced, any maintenance done, mothballed, bang, Then they don't get touched for another year. And it's amazing to think that just get put away. I mean, I know that's farming, that's how it works. It's the same with any piece of equipment. When you finish doing your cultivating, when you finish doing your ploughing, when you finish doing your planting, those bits of equipment, they get put away. But it's fascinating, isn't it, really, when you think about it. Horse is doing well. The feed I put in originally, still ticking away. I know I've only got one horse in there, so it's not going to take too much. So we're going to head down to Brenda's. That's where the sell everything is. We'll offload this lot. Okay, I'm just thinking at 1,300 for 1,000 litres, each bale 10, so it's only 13 grand per bale. 10 bales, 130 grand. Oh, yeah, do you remember back in the day when cotton was worth a bomb? You could make your fortune. Where's this all come from? Every single time. I'll see you down there in a minute. Blimey, governor. Come on. Get out of it. If that all turns around and comes straight back down again, I'm going to be fuming. That time of year again, the sun doesn't really come up particularly high in the sky. Considering it's nearly lunchtime. That's not too bad. So that came out 154. Okay, another 154, but 300,000. Right, I will now see you once I've got the last load on. And we're back over here to get rid of the last of them. And that'll be cotton harvest complete. I think I'm going to use that, if I do the poplar harvest, I think I'm going to use that 6X header. I think I used way back on 6 ashes. I mean leasing a forage harvester, but we can do that. And this is it, the last load. 60,000 litres on top of the 220 we've already done. 280,000 litres of cotton delivered. Well, will be delivered in a moment. And my time here is almost at an end. Almost. Not quite. Don't fall off, don't fall off. There we go. We're doing alright, we really are. So, that's the end of the cotton harvest. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.